There were numerous unsung civil rights heroes and sheroes, working, marching, and dying. Many were doing so behind the scenes, never receiving much acclaim, one of which was Amelia Boynton Robinson, also known as the matriarch of civil rights. Amelia was born in Savannah, Georgia, August 18, 1911. At an early age, Amelia became involved in the women's suffrage movement. Amelia was a highly educated woman, having attained her bachelor's degree from Tuskegee Institute. She worked as a teacher and also for the USDA in Selma, Alabama. Amelia was married to William Boynton in 1936, and the couple worked tirelessly for their community. The couple had 2 sons, and the well-known George Washington Carver was the godfather to their son, Bruce. Amelia first registered to vote in 1936, and after seeing how difficult it was to register, she decided to help her community with their registration, which is where her fight for civil rights truly began. In 1964, Amelia ran for Congress, making her the first African-American woman to run for office from the state of Alabama. In 1964 and in 1965, Amelia worked with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, to plan voters' rights and civil rights demonstrations. Amelia helped to organize the very first march from Selma to Montgomery. She actually invited Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. However, he was preaching that Sunday and was unable to participate. This march would later be called Bloody Sunday. Amelia, John Lewis, and so many others were brutally beaten at the Edmund Pettus Bridge. On that Bloody Sunday, Amelia was beaten so severely, she was rendered unconscious. Many pictures have been shown of her laying nearly lifeless at the foot of that bridge. Fortunately for Amelia, she was able to join in the next march with John Lewis, Martin Luther King Jr., and thousands of others as they marched from Selma to Montgomery to the steps of the Capitol. A few months later, President Lyndon Johnson passed the historic 1965 Voting Rights Act. We're sure this would not have been accomplished without the courageous people such as Amelia Boynton. Amelia continued her fight for civil rights, and in 1990, she was awarded the Martin Luther King Jr. Medal of Freedom. A new generation learned of Amelia after the release of the movie Selma. In 2015, some 50 years after that first march, Amelia Boynton held hands with the very first African-American president, President Barack Obama, as they crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Amelia was 104 years old. She would later die that year. A life well lived. Amelia was known for saying, "I love my people. I just want them to have everything everyone else has." Amelia Boynton Robinson, but you don't have to take my word for it.